What you just saw is the aftermath at a Louisiana farm after just a few days of feral hogs passing through. The invasive wild pig situation down here is becoming extremely severe and nearly impossible to control. Feral hogs have completely overrun all 64 parishes of the state. The ecological devastation we are witnessing is absolutely severe. In fact, wildlife agencies have confirmed that the sheer destruction of our coastal wetlands caused by these animals is far worse than the damage done by the infamous nutria. They are tearing apart the natural balance, and the numbers are truly terrifying. What makes this invasion even harder to control is their explosive breeding cycle, especially as we transition from late spring into early summer. The sows are dropping massive litters right now. This perfectly explains why local trappers and landowners are suddenly seeing their traps completely filled with so many young piglets during this specific time of year. They multiply faster than we can catch them. For Danielle and Bradley, living out here is the peaceful, quiet life that so many Americans dream of. Their beautiful home sits right in the middle of nature, with their livelihood relying heavily on agricultural income. But that peace is frequently shattered by invasive feral hogs. In just a few short days, a hungry sounder can completely wipe out their entire cornfield, leaving them with nothing. After years of struggling, they have armed themselves with modern trap systems, and you will be absolutely amazed to see how effectively they deploy them. According to the LSU AgCenter, these invasive hogs are causing hundreds of millions of dollars in agricultural damage every single year. Large farm owners are taking massive hits, and Danielle and Bradley are among those heavily affected cases. That is exactly why they did not hesitate to invest in the most modern and effective wild pig traps available in the US today. These cellular-activated gate traps and advanced net systems show incredible efficiency, successfully capturing entire sounders of dozens of feral hogs in a single drop. Setting up a successful bait site can take several days, sometimes even a full week of patient waiting. Down here, trappers constantly face heavy downpours and rising tides that completely flood the trapping area. Luckily, the traps are usually triggered right before the high tide rolls in. When it's time to harvest, the footage is absolutely wild. Massive hogs stuck inside the flooded pens. Waiting out there is an exhausting, muddy process, but it has to be done immediately. If that water gets any higher, the hogs will escape from the trap, and that is a... However, it is not always a perfect catch. Sometimes, heavy rains or sudden floods can completely wreck the electronic gear on these traps. A neighbouring farm owner recently had floodwaters breach his solar power system and completely fry his trap camera. But despite the costly setbacks, the work never stops. They know that if they look away, even for a short time, these hogs will be absolutely everywhere, tearing up everything in sight. Giving up now means throwing away all the hard work and progress they have made, fighting this invasion up to this point. While high-tech gear is great, sometimes you just can't beat the reliability of a manual, physical drop-gate trap. These simple, budget-friendly setups rely on a classic trigger mechanism, often just a heavy tripwire. When a large group of hogs pushes in to feed, they bump the trigger, and the heavy metal gate slams shut immediately. It might be old school and very simple, but it is incredibly effective for capturing a massive number of wild hogs all at once. The best part of this hard work is that nothing goes to waste. Once captured, these invasive hogs are processed and transformed into massive stockpiles of premium freezer meat. We are talking about crafting those mouth-watering, perfectly smoked sausages that the whole family absolutely loves. Turning a highly destructive pest into a rich, all-natural and nutritious food source for the dinner table is simply brilliant. It is the ultimate way to put an invasive species to good use.
Put some sausage on there. It's gonna kind of be our appetite.
The work out here is undeniably exhausting. Between wading through the mud, building traps, and processing the meat, it demands a lot of sweat and dedication. But everyone, from local farmers to weekend hunters, is enthusiastically doing their part to reduce these numbers every year. It requires a massive, coordinated community effort just to keep these destructive animals from completely taking over the state. Just to put things into perspective, the Louisiana Agriculture and Forestry Commissioner once stated a mind-blowing fact. The state needs to remove over 450,000 pigs every single year just to hope to keep the population stable at around 600,000. Think about that. Nearly 500,000 hogs must be eradicated annually just to maintain the status quo. It highlights exactly why every single trap dropped is absolutely critical. We have shown you the massive damage, the flooded swamp traps, the old school setups, and the incredible smoked sausage rewards. Now we want to hear from you. The feral hog crisis is a huge challenge that spans across many states, and there is always something new to learn. Have you dealt with wild pigs on your property? What trap designs or management strategies have worked best for you in your local area? Drop a comment down below and let's get a real discussion going. Whether you are using high-tech smart traps, classic physical drop gates, or hunting with thermal scopes, your experience could help someone else effectively manage this invasive species. Thank you so much for riding along with us today in the Louisiana bayou. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you out in the field next time.